Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Samurai Goddess. The Goddess Next Door takes on Kung Fu killers in this action-packed martial arts Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Samurai Goddess in paperback and e-readers today. When it comes down to these African American award shows, such as the NAACP Image Awards or the Trumpet Awards, or whatever African American award show you have out here, I find it interesting that whenever it comes down to the people who win these awards, they're only the people who are popular with white people. If this person is a popular celebrity among white circles, this person is guaranteed to win one of these NAACP Image Awards or the Trumpet Award or whatever African American award. And whenever these committees do this, what they're doing is they're devaluing their own award, because what they're saying is that this person only has value and is considered the best for black people only if they are acceptable by white people. And that's a backward standard for awarding someone on their talent, because you're only awarding a person on their talents because of how it's measured by white people. It's not measured by your own standard. And this is why these awards have lesser value, because black people themselves don't put a value on themselves. And because they don't put a value on themselves to establish their own standard, this is why this award has no value to most black people. Because whenever it comes down to one of these, again, NAACP Image Awards, Trumpet Awards, or whatever black award you don't have black people judging an award based on the merits of measuring a standard for black excellence. You have black people measuring a standard based on what white people considered excellent in their eyes. And because of this, this is the big problem. The award is being awarded based on who is popular with white people, not based on who is considered the best among black people. And when you look at that award, again, it's us lowering our own value to ourselves. We're not saying that we value someone based on what we see, based on their talent and ability. We're giving somebody an award based on what we think we can get from white people. For example, like with Jesse Williams and the award that he won a couple of months ago, that was based on him becoming a springboard with more white people, not based on him on his own merits. And the same thing with many of these other NAACP Image Award winners. When it comes down to that award, it's supposed to be about people winning an award based on positive examples in the black community. And we can look at how that award, how people in that awards committee showed how little value they have for that when they nominated Kerry Washington for Scandal and then gave her the award for Scandal, a TV show that pretty much denigrates and degrades the image of the black woman. So when it comes down to these award shows, it's really sad to see that we don't value ourselves enough to say we're going to award the very best in our community. And this is why I can say that it's pretty much a minstrel award, because if you're going to sit there and only give people awards based on what white people consider to be good, then that's not a standard of anything. That's basically you just rubber stamping whatever the white liberals tell you is good. It's not you judging good based on your own standard, because if you judge good based on your own standard, then you could sit there and give the lesser known people in your community who are doing very good work, or very talented black actors who are on smaller shows, their due, because that's what that award would mean if it had value to you. You would be awarding the talent in your community that would not get acknowledged by mainstream media. You would be acknowledging the writers in your community who would not be acknowledged by mainstream media. You would be acknowledging the people in your community who are not established in mainstream media. And you'd be using that award as a way to build those people up instead of trying to hand it to people who already have theirs. And that's what makes these awards, so worthless in the eyes of everyone, because you're already giving that award to someone who already is considered popular with white people, but not popular with your own people. You could be using that award like many people in the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences do. They give these awards, sometimes to help springboard an actor's career or help elevate an actor to a higher level. But we don't do that for our own people. And it's pretty sad that we don't do that for our own people, because if we showed that we had value for our own awards, just like the Hispanic community does with the Alma Awards and people in Bollywood do with their own awards, it would have a tremendous impact on our community, because it would be showing us, how much we value the talent in our community and how much we want to go out to make effort to elevate the talent in our community. Because when one of these people wins one of these awards, what it does is it helps them be able to go out here and sell more products like films, books, and television shows, and it helps these products get more exposure. But whenever you take your same award and give it to the exact same people, what it does is it lowers the value and says that, again, only what's considered valuable to white people should be considered valuable to black people. And that's lowering your own value to the world. And that's what many of these award shows do. They lower the value of black people to the world. They say that whatever white people consider popular is considered valuable and considered worthy of an award, not what black people consider valuable. And even worse, we reward people who are considered popular in the black community who meet low standards. For example, when Terry McMillan won the Best Literary Award for Getting the Happy, this was a book that was critically planned by black groups and mainstream white groups. Yet the NAACP gave this woman this award for that book, and it lowered the value of that award. Moreover, even worse, I remember a year when Tyler Perry's House of Pain won an NAACP Image Award, and Tyler Perry's House of Pain was basically just a minstrel show. So whenever we give awards to people, we really have to think about the standard, you're trying to establish, because an award only has value if it meets a standard. When you look at black awards, what makes them have a low standard is black people trying to use it, either one, to validate popular black people who are popular with whites, or two, to pretty much give black people an award just for being there, like you do in the case of Tyler Perry or Terry McMillan, when they produce subpar work, but then you still award it anyway, instead of giving that award to someone who has met a standard of excellence and will elevate that award to a higher level. So when we look at the standard for, black excellence, when it comes down to these award shows, it's an inconsistent standard, it's a double standard, and in many cases, a lower standard than what an award standard should be. And that really, as I see it, needs to change, because in order for an award to have a worth or a merit, it should be based on the standard of the work, and should be based on elevating people who have done great things in the community to a higher level, so that people can notice them, acknowledge them, and make efforts to support them. That's what an award is supposed to do. It's supposed to reward people for hard work. And when I look at the way black award shows work, they reward people for being popular or for just showing up. And that's a low standard, as I see it, when it comes down to black award shows, because if we really valued black awards, we would be making efforts, again, to go out and reward the very best people in our community, whether they be popular with white people or not. And we would be trying to support those people, because we would want to try to encourage others to follow in their example. But when I look at these black award shows, as it stands these days, again, as I see it, they really need to get themselves together, because what's keeping them from having a value in the community is the standard that we have established for ourselves. And that standard, as I see it right now, is something that desperately needs to change. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.